I'm Hanna Saarikoski. I'm from Finland and I've been here in New York as a fellow this September 2024. I think I had pretty good image how it will be, like crowded, noisy, but full of very interesting culture, different looking people, wearing nice clothes, speaking different languages and dialects. And what I was surprised was maybe it was still less crowded and less noisy. I thought it would be all day round, this full traffic, people running here and there. But I've been walking through the streets in kind of middle of Manhattan late night and there's just a couple of people there. So it's more like a normal city. I think the activities I had, most surprising for me it was that it was actually quite easy to adapt. Even it felt quite often a little bit difficult because I'm basically very introvert and also communication with another language than my mother tongue, it's always challenging. So I think the biggest surprise for me was maybe this improv class where I just basically thrown in the situation. I have to make an improvisation with totally strangers who actually had been practicing this already, that I was able to manage. I didn't stop. I did some weird and stupid things, but it didn't matter. Like went lying on the floor when I didn't know what to say and these kind of things. Because I'm not the performer or actor at all. Then I've been so happy meeting all these people, like entering the situation that might be difficult for the ones who are there, like AI meeting, how welcoming they still are. And I've been thinking that a lot, that maybe cultural difference. Before I came here, I was kind of warned that don't trust that they sound friendly, but they are not. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I felt kind of genuine warmth and very friendly atmosphere that I wasn't expecting from citizens of this big city. I think doing the activities, I tried to be very bold and brave from the beginning, but when I was doing it like regularly, almost everyday meeting situation that felt a bit uncomfortable to me, I got kind of more and more relaxed. It's easier to jump in any situation now, I think. And I'm pretty sure that it would benefit my own work in the future as well. Yeah, I think this fellowship changed my attitude towards timing. Like I've been doing a lot of different kind of things inside art field, and sometimes it has been difficult to trust that it's kind of good way to go, but this proved me that actually it makes sense to just be so open and wide you can ever be. And I think I'm going to face the challenges I've already knew that I have to do with more brave attitude and sooner than I otherwise have done. I've been enjoying so much all different kind of physical activities like juggling or playing sport games and also dancing, partner dancing. It was so difficult to me in the beginning, and then I started to a little bit learn and to trust that it's actually okay not to be able to dance well and still alright. So I think I'm gonna use this because I've been doing sport for quite many things already, but just to test more and more. It doesn't matter if I do it only twice or four times, but I'm gonna test things that Finland has to offer. I'm not afraid to do bad or to fail, but I think it's extremely difficult to interact with someone, or like specifically in dancing, that my failure and my poor skills, they make another one feel uncomfortable. So that was the thing. I can play clown and do stupid things on my own, but then if I'm like stamping on somebody's feet or just being generally pain in the ass, I don't like it. So now I learned a little bit that it's maybe not that big deal. Anyway. I think I was so busy that I didn't realize that I was actually also missing home, because I always dreamed to come here and not being on my own self like this long before, for ages. So it took me a while to discover that actually I was missing also like home country and nature there, not only my family. Because with my family we've talked every day, video calls. But last Monday I went to bird watching, and after that it felt so good to have a close look on everything that grows there, and just normal species, birds like sparrows and seagulls and this kind of things, and also be surrounded by people who are really like great nature lovers. It was obvious they knew everything. They were so curious. It was nice to talk with them. So afterwards I walked around here, Chinatown and Little Italy, and I was smiling so big I didn't realize it before. People who met me, they started to smile back, so it was very relaxing. In general, I think it was great. Like, it was good to have this opportunity, and I think I went through pretty big range of emotions, because I finally had this luxury. I was sometimes very like sad and melancholic too, but it was good to have it. I mean, yeah, I think I was in a need of this all the time. I think what happened when I was spending time here, I kind of got more the way I was when I was really young, when I first I moved out from home and had to learn how to survive in the stranger city and to do things on my own. And it also brought me back these kind of very deep emotions, like just looking at the landscape or light. I've been enjoying the things, of course, afterwards at home and with my family, but it's not so intensive when you are all the time doing so, multitasking. I think, well, I've been always a great music lover and reader, and also like nature, how just light change and small details. I just had more time to pay attention to these, and also to read. I love it. I love people reading books in the subway. I'm not seeing that in Helsinki much. Almost everyone is on their phone. So I kind of felt connection with anyone reading the book, even if it wasn't the same I was reading. And it kind of keeps my inner voice alive, and then I've had good discussions with myself and with the books, and with you also. Yeah, I know, because I've been reading that book regularly. It takes time, because the language is still challenging to me, but it was Ross Perling's fight for endangered languages in New York. I was kind of conscious, but not actively thinking about it, that you actually have here like hundreds of languages, and some of them are not like written languages. There can be like a village of people living in Bronx in one house, I mean, and they can communicate with their own language together, and that's why they are there. There are more of them there than in their home village in somewhere Siberia. I mean, was amazing to understand. And then I started listening more carefully different kind of dialects and language I hear, for example, during a subway drive. I also felt very, it was weird when I was trying to explain to my family what I've been like talking and what kind of interaction I've had. Sometimes I couldn't figure out what is the Finnish word for the thing, because I've been communicating in English and started to think with broken English too. It's weird. Yeah, it is. It happened to me when I was in a Swedish speaking school and tried to communicate in Swedish, but it was like 20 years ago. I think these weekly therapy sessions, they were great relief, kind of, because it was mainly up to me what I wanted to bring there. It was as okay to speak about politics or hobbies or my deepest fears, and I think it was very good to have so empathic and skillful therapist like Nancy was. So yeah, it was great to have it. Do I have any advice for someone coming to New York? Well, don't be afraid. That's my first advice. And then be prepared on any kind of weathers. Like I was mostly here like in very summery season. It was hot. For me it was hot. But still now I need this rain jacket and these kind of things. It's very practical advice, but and take everything what you just can take out of it. Be open-minded.